Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile, Scourge League 3.16. In this episode, I'm going through the Atlas passive skill tree. I hope you guys enjoy. I made all this thing in order, which ones I'm going, why I'm going them. I talk through all of it. I hope you guys enjoy. And alright, so let's get into Valdos Rest. Here we have my 5 choices. I'll go in order. So number 1 at the top, we have Spores on the Wind, and this gives maps found in the areas has a 5% chance to have an area contains an additional Blight encounter enchantment modifier. So that's like the one that can do Delirium, it can do Blight. Just like before, 5%, the nerfed amount, it used to be 10. Then number 2 at the top, Epidemiology, they fixed this node. It's now Blight chests in areas have 100% more chance to contain blighted maps, and lanes of Blight encounters in areas have 35% chance for an additional reward chest. And then the travel node was an additional Blight chest where is lucky. So they buffed Epidemiology so that it doesn't automatically anoint the Blight maps, so that you can split tier 16. So this is a huge buff, and I am really interested in Valdos Rest for farming our Blight, and I won't be using Immune Response. I might use one of the travel nodes of Immune Response, so I'll explain this as I talk about number 5. So number 3 at the bottom, Ominous Arrival, areas contain an additional Harbinger. Pog, they kept it. And then you can also get the travel node of Harbingers in areas drop an additional stack of currency shards, and then Diplomatic Escort. Harbingers in areas have 30% chance to be replaced by a powerful Harbinger boss. Pog, free Harbinger, and maybe a boss 30% of the time. And then number 5, so I realized that I didn't want Immune Response for the Blight encounters in the top right, for the Blight encounters in areas to spawn 100% more non-unique monsters and for them to be faster. But this travel node would actually have lucky chests, so I want this travel node, so I guess I don't take this Delirium Mirror. And I guess I could have one of the travel nodes anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Wow, I actually changed it. I noticed the travel node. Okay, next. Haywork Hamlet. This one's really cool too, because it has some like small things you can do at the end. So we'll just start it off with the things I know for sure. I want Controlled Corruption. We have essences on the map device, and then we also free essence in the map, and then you can take Amplified number 2. So essence found in the area is a tier higher. So you get your free essence, and it's a tier higher. Essence is worth money. Free crafting, free bank, league start pog. Good. Then there's Harvest on this. So I decided to pick Harvest next. So 10% chance to contain the Sacred Grove. Number 3, the Grove's Call. Then number 4, the Bumper Crop. The Sacred Grove in the area contains an additional harvest. So that's just a free additional harvest every time you hit the harvest. So instead of 8%, you get 10%, and then you also have an additional harvest. So this is sick. And then Heart of the Grove, number 5. So this one you don't have to take, and I'll explain why. But basically, harvest bosses in areas always drop a Sacred Blossom. This is good for getting. This is good money. It's worth a lot because people want to unlock their extra 5 slots on their Horda crafting station. You have 10 slots. You can unlock an extra 5 through the Sacred Blossom, which is the boss fight to fight the lady from the boss from the harvest in areas has 10% chance for the unchosen crop to not wilt. So this is extra crafts. It's not the same as an additional harvest, but it's still really good. So you don't have to take this because it's not super insane. And if you want an extra thing you could swap in instead of this is the Test of Loyalty at the top, number 6. Immortal Syndicate members executed in areas have 100% chance to gain an additional rank. So you could sacrifice some of this harvest nodes for the 1 June node. So you can run your June in Haywork, because June is sick when you get easy 3 stars. That's so good. I don't need the other 2. I think that there's potential that Bribery could be useful if you were super farming June, but I'm not interested in doing that. I would just be doing it for the ranks to specifically target things in the safe houses and mastermind and getting my unveils. So yeah, if you made it to this part in the video, hey, let's see if we can get 100 likes on the video. You're the best. This Glen H Cairns. This one's sick too, man. All of the Atlas areas and the Atlas passives are so insane. It's because there's twice as much power, and it's like we have to compete. You know, you have to pick and choose what you really want, and you have to give up so much. But anyways, number 1, resource reallocation. So this is all the alpha nodes. So we have the same alpha node where you get the 50% chance to add the additional upgrade tier to the surviving. Then you have the next one, killing the resident architect upgrades the tier of the surviving. So it's just the 2 of like getting to tier 3 fast. And then this one is the magic monsters, 33% now. And time gained from kills is doubled. So this makes incursion feel really good. You'll get tons of magic monsters, loot, and you'll also have super temples. So this is just nice. I like all the master mission stuff because it makes it good for the league start when you're unlocking these master missions and you want to use them to get the extra juice, and then you could get a lot of stuff out of them. Extra map sustain too is amazing. So then I went the extra beyond because we have beyond on the map device, and I figured beyond with alpha in the past has been great synergy, and we actually have it together again with beyond on the map device. I can't believe this. So magic monsters, big chunky packs that are thick as fuck on top of each other, and then we have I did these 2, so you have to start with this one. It's the beginner scent of blood beyond node to get here, and then I did Torn Veil instead of per demon. So Torn Veil is the powerful beyond demons require 1 fewer portal to summon in areas, and beyond portals in areas have 50% increased merging radius. This is the broken one where rare beyond demons in areas have 25% chance to drop an additional basic currency is nice, but that's just extra currency, where this is everything and monsters and bosses. And so you want this too, I think, obviously, and you could drop one of these alpha nodes, but for now, I'm gonna run all 3 alpha and run the 2 beyond until later. Later, I'll probably run more beyond with the beyond on the Atlas and on the map device, and maybe with like a headhunter or something, because all the rare monsters you're summoning. That's the whole point of the whole rare beyond demons. It's really sick, and their mods are awesome. Okay, then we got Lyra Arthane. This one's crazy too. What are these? Oh my god, they did so much work this season, dude. So number 1, I did big game for beasts. Red beasts in areas have 15% chance to appear in pairs. So I feel like that doesn't do anything. And then yellow beasts in areas have 15% chance to be replaced with red beasts. Or unless this means that it doubles it. But I thought that it just means that they're like together. And then what does it matter that they're together? But if it doubled them, then okay, you have 15% chance for double, so 15% more, and this is 15% of your yellows turned into red, which is sick, and that's the starter node, so you had to take it. And I did great migration over natural selection. I think both are good, but this is more total beasts, because you'll turn normal monsters into beasts, and this one is less shitty beasts and more good beasts, but overall less beasts. So I like the more beasts because also you need the normal beasts to do the crafting, and especially in the beginning, I just want a lot of beasts to do the crafting. You need the shitty beasts to do the crafting. You can't just only have good beasts. If you buy beasts, for example, like if you buy the Venomable Plague Directants and do tons of crafting, you won't be able to continue because you need the smaller beasts. Okay, and then so instead of this one for the 3rd beast node, I did Breach. This might be a mistake, but also this is another one where you could like switch the 5th to this. But basically, number 3, gatekeepers. Breaches in areas have 100% increased chance to contain a boss. Breach bosses in areas, double breach splinters. It's just all this breach bosses and then breach stones from the bosses, and them to be Chayula enrich, charged enrich and pure. And it has the area of effect density and faster all in one area, so I just like, it's too insane to not take. Breach on the Atlas on the map device, breach scarabs, and then obviously I said that you could technically also switch these so that you run beasts more here and go for the more rare beasts, which makes more sense. Also, I didn't like, okay, I want to point this out, number percentage. This beasts in areas are more likely to be less common. What the hell does that mean? All of these other things have numbers and percentages, and they mean things. tangible, quantifiable, makes sense. What the fuck is this? So I skipped it. That's the other thing. That was the other. Sorry, I just wanted to. Oh, and then another. Throw this in there because I think a few people will want to know. Expedition. This is so cool. But you know what's really sad? We don't have Expedition Scarabs. We don't have Expedition on the map device. It's not Expedition League, so 8%. I think you might have a 3% on the travel nodes to get Expedition, but still that's 17 where you could get 100% with Scarabs, Breachstones, Breaches, and Beasts with Scarabs or Master Missions. It's just way better, especially League Start. We can mess around with, and we just had Expedition League, and it's not tradable now. And they made the logbooks not higher than 83. Okay, so then we have the Uncharted Realms. This one's probably gonna confuse a few people too, but I love this. This is all me, okay? This is me in a nutshell. Number 1. So Uncharted Realm. To get this, you do the big invitations, the Formed, Twisted, Feared, and Maven, etc. Then you can get points for this. Do you actually get 6 points for this instead of 5? Ah, shit, I think you get an extra point. That's not a problem, actually. That's a good thing, right? But I only put 5. But okay. Adept Tracker is my number 1. 25% chance on completing a map influenced by a conqueror of the Atlas to gain double progress. So this used to be 50, but whatever. It's not that they nerfed it this season. I still like it. At 25 still good, and it's faster Awakener progress. And they buffed the Atlas, so this should be really sick. Awakening level. Trust me when I say this is way better than anyone thinks. Very powerful. Not only more Awakener orbs, Awakener support gems, everything buffed on your Atlas, all bosses buffed. That Awakener level is fat. Okay. Then I went number 3, Thaumaturgical Awakening. They buffed Awaken support gems, so I want the 50% increased chance for the Awaken support gems again. I want to farm Awakener and Awaken support gems. Then number 4, and actually I found a small tip for anyone who made it to this part in the video and is watching and listening for Awakener. I found Corrupted Blood on the passive tree. So there's ailment resistance, basically. There's the node that gives you, it's Anointed Flesh, it gives you the max res, and there's also the reduced effect of ailments and chill and shock and ignite duration. There's a resistance mastery that gives you Corrupted Blood. There's also a chaos node on the path up to Death Attunement that gives chaos res and reduced effect of curses, and it also can be masteried to get the Corrupted Blood, which is very interesting and very cool. If you can't get Corrupted Blood, we're in trade league, so it shouldn't be a problem. We could always just buy Corrupted Blood, and like that kind of is the same cost, right? Having to go take a 3 passive wheel just for a mastery, so it's 4 points. It's the same as taking a jewel socket and putting in a shit jewel with Corrupted Blood, basically. So it's not important. And then number 4, I went for chance for a synthesis map to drop from unique bosses tier 11 plus. I did this one first because tier 11 for League Start. I don't know, I like it better. And then I think the synthesis maps overall are generally easier to sell and more enjoyable when they drop because they're worth more, and it's even more enjoyable when a Cortex drops because it's worth more than any of these, like the Shaper, Elder, and the synthesis maps. It's the most expensive one, so it's the best drop. It's like dropping the mirror of the maps if you want to think about it like that. Even though, and then this is 3%, so you may see more, but this is more cool when it happens. So I did this one first, I like it better, and then Remnants of the Past. For the Shaper Elder Guardian maps. Then with our extra one, because I made a mistake, I guess I would take either, well, Close Allies is good for this additional Atlas mission from each master each day, and the 7% chance to get an additional Atlas mission, or getting the 5% Zana missions is good. I think I'd go for the Close Allies, and yeah, because we won't have Watchstones and we won't really be using Sextants early, so I don't need those. Those are all my Atlas passives. This was really fun to go through. This was a lot of fun to set up. And I noticed when I don't have the number 6 and I didn't have the yellow box, it was a lot harder to keep track. It's actually funny how helpful and useful my thing I set up was. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And now I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon, my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all their support. And thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon and the YouTube members today. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I update this every month, by the way, because Patreon works monthly, so I update these things every month just in case if somebody goes, I support. I noticed. Thank you for all the support on Patreon. I really appreciate it. And thank you to all the YouTube members. And I'll see you guys in the next episode with the upgrades to this league starter. I actually already have it all made. I just wanted to get this passive tree Atlas passive stuff out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.